Hey guys, welcome to the first update of the new layout that I started today. As you can see, the layout is going to be in brick, which is pretty much mostly Lego, but some of this is not Lego, and it's just starting here. This used to be an HO layout, and I decided to repurpose it. So starting at this end here. Now, this first talk about this base here. The top here is not going to look like this when I'm finished with it. This is just the basic color that I picked for a sub layer. Eventually, there's going to be a layer going on top along with the track. And I'm thinking back in this corner, I'm probably going to put some maybe like a feed mill or a flour mill possibly. I'm thinking flour mill. And moving down it, and moving this way, I got switches already set, just kind of set up just to see what to do. Playing on two sidings going in. Depending on the area, it's probably going to be box cars because box cars used to carry grain back in the day before covered hoppers, but I do have some covered hoppers I could build to put in there. And then back in here, I'm thinking about maybe adding another siding here eventually. We'll see. There's this track here. This is going to be the main track. It's going to run there, curve. It's going to go around this perimeter of this room. Run this way. I got to clean all that up there. That's all going to go away. And then back to here. Planning with the track is very tricky because Lego track is not like model railroading track where you can just kind of go, put it down as you go. Lego is more dimensional. Same thing with the track brand that I'm using. And the track brand that I'm going to use for the curves and the switches is by this company, Brick Tracks. They got really good stuff, so I'll throw that up there for now. I use their curves like on the modules that I have for LGMS, and I'm planning on using all switches that are made by them. Unless I really have to have a tight spot, but I'm generally trying to get away from the what we call R40 switches, which are Legos. The Lego switches. So back here, I'm not sure what's going to go. Probably just some industrial buildings for show, though I may run a siding that direction, but I'm not sure yet. Or just some industrial buildings. And real quick, talk about these two. We'll get back to these two guys, but anyway, you guys know from previous layouts that I've done that I've put on YouTube a long time ago, they were big industrial size buildings. That's more than likely what's going to go on this thing again. Is I just like that look, so pan back to give you guys an idea. The backdrop's going to stay. I decided I'm going to expand on that eventually, but all right, so let's talk about these two guys. These are both SD4-2s. They're BMR instruction models. One is in the little bit newer NS scheme that I'm thinking about backdating at to this type, which is the older scheme before, I think it was 2002, 2001, something like that, when NS started adding the white sill stripe, and then eventually they went to the horse head, but this is the older scheme. And then the other difference too is this is actually a former N&W unit. One spotting difference is the bell here on the front hood, front short hood, and then on the other unit, which this is a Southern unit, the bell is mounted back here. That's pretty much about the only differences between the two. And they're both high hoods, as I honestly like that look better. And they're both powered, as I did make a short not that long ago showing them running together. I think it was actually yesterday I made it, but now the layout's not going to be set more modern. I'm hoping to set it to backdate, but you never know. I could change it to modern era. We'll see. when I say modern, I'm talking like the 80s and 90s, not the modern day today, because this is just my feeling and opinion on railroading, is that the 80s and 90s were the last when railroads still had some towers, line poles, the older style of railroading. Today is so dry. Not that it's not exciting, because outside of my house, the Norfolk Southern line runs by. I can actually watch the trains outside of my window, but I prefer the older days when there was like line poles and more interesting details instead of just a couple of radio antennas here and there and some. Back then, signals were more diverse compared to today. So, sorry, I had a sensor light just went shut off on me. But anyway, that's the layout update. It's a short one. There isn't much to talk about right now, but hopefully down the road I'll have more updates for you guys. So, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Hit bell, notifications, yada yada. I'll catch you guys in the next one.